Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulihil kareem wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'een. Assalamu alaikum. Well, we are back again with another video, and in this video we can understand how did Iblees manage to whisper to Adam alayhi salam when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala already expelled Iblees and he was not allowed to go there. So here are a few interpretations regarding it. So the first interpretation is Iblis himself did not go there, rather he sent one of his minions. The second interpretation is Iblis himself did that, but he was not present there, rather he did that remotely from far away, like some kind of telepathy or something like that. The third interpretation is Iblis himself did that, he was not allowed to enter Jannah, so he was at the gate of Jannah and from there he whispered to them. Another interpretation is Iblis disguised himself into a snake and then entered the Jannah and did his whispering. Another interpretation is Iblis himself entered the Jannah like a thief. He sneaked into the Jannah and did the whispering to them. So now the question would be, how could Iblis enter the Jannah and whisper to them when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has already expelled him from there and he was not allowed to enter it? So with this interpretation, it would mean Iblis did have access to Jannah. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Ukhruj, you are not allowed here, get out of here. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was not issuing the decree of qada. It was like haram and halal. Like entering here is not allowed for you. Yet Iblis once again disobeyed the commandment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and entered there. So we also need to understand the two kinds of commandment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. One is like kun fayakun type. For example, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is creating the universe, the heaven and the earth, he is saying kun fayakun, be and it becomes. So that's one kind. Another kind is when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is issuing some haram or halal. For example, do not cheat, do not steal, do not drink, do not spread corruption. So this is another kind of commandment. For example, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has commanded us not to spread corruption. Yet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allows that to happen. And based on the obedience or disobedience of the individual, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would recompense that individual in the hereafter. So I hope you understood these two kinds of commandment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Alright, so when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said Ukhruj, get out of here, so that was a commandment of haram and halal. And Iblis once again disobeyed Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by entering there. And also in Surah Jinn chapter 72 verse number 8 to 10, it basically talks about that jinns are not supposed to roam and reach to the heaven, the skies. They are prohibited to go there, they are prohibited to listen to the conversation of angels. Despite that, some of them still disobeys and are pelted with burning flames. And in Surah Al-Mulk chapter 67 verse number 5, it also talks about it. وَلَقَدْ زَيَّنَّا السَّمَاءَ الدُّنْيَا بِمَصَابِيهَا وَجَعَلْنَاهَا رُجُومًا لِلشَّيَاطِينِ. Alright, so these are the 5 interpretations I shared with you as to how Iblis entered the Jannah and whispered Adam alayhi salam and Hawa alayhi salam. And as for me, the 5th interpretation, the last one, appears to be the most correct interpretation. I hope this was clear enough, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. And indeed, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best. May Allah protect all of us from Satan. Ameen. And if you have got any suggestion, question, do let me know in the comment section below. Until we meet next time. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta wa nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayh. Barakallahu fikum. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.